Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Hello students, in this video we are going to start a new chapter which is congruence of triangles. So here in this chapter we are going to learn a very new property, congruency. We are going to see when do we call two figures congruent, or when do we call two lines congruent, when two angles are called congruent. Mainly in this chapter we are going to study about congruency of triangles, that when do we call two triangles congruent, what are the conditions two triangles should satisfy so that they are congruent, and what are the things we can get if two triangles are congruent. So now let's start by taking an example of two congruent figures. Now here are two stems of equal dimensions. Now suppose you are trying to place one stem over the another one. So what do you think? Will it cover the another stem completely and exactly? Will it overlap the another stem? Yes, it will, because these two stems are exactly same. Their shape is same, their size is also same. Now such figures are known as congruent. That is, when a figure can be overlapped on the another one and it covers the second figure completely and exactly, then two figures are known as congruent. Now can you think of any other figures which are congruent? Do we have any other example also? Yes, we do have. So let's consider this. These are the two blades of same company. What do you think? Will they overlap each other? Yes, they will. So it means these two are also congruent because they are overlapping each other completely and exactly. So such figures are known as congruent figures. Now let's have one more example. So now these are the two biscuits of same packet. Now if we take two biscuits from same packet, what do you think? Are they going to overlap each other completely and exactly? Yes, they are going to overlap each other completely and exactly. So it means these two biscuits are also an example of congruent figures. Now for checking the plane figures, what we can do? We can just cut one figure and try to overlap it on the another one. By doing so, if it covers the second figure completely and exactly, then we call two plane figures congruent. Now congruency, is it for 3D objects also? The objects which are in 3-dimensional like cube, cuboid, yes, it is for 3D objects also. But here we are going to mainly study about plane figures, figures which can be drawn on a plane, or we call them 2-dimensional figures. The relation of two objects being congruent is known as congruence. Now here the relation between these two blades is that they are congruent, and this relation precisely is known as congruence, or we call it congruency relation as well. Now let's consider these two figures. Here two figures are given, F1 and F2. So what do you think? Are they congruent? Now how to check whether they are congruent or not? We can check this by method of superposition. That is, we'll try to superimpose one object or one figure over the another one. For that, what we will do, we will take trace copy of, let's say we are taking trace copy of figure F2, and then we'll try to superimpose this trace copy over F1. If it covers F1 completely and exactly, then it means F1 and F2 are congruent figures. Now if we get F1 and F2 are congruent, we write it like this: F1 is congruent to F2. This symbol is for is congruent to. Is that is, for congruency we are going to use this symbol. Now let's discuss congruence among line segments. When do we call two line segments are congruent? what is the condition they should satisfy? Again, what we have to do, we have to check whether one line segment when placed over the another one, it completes the line segment completely and exactly or not. If it does so, it means they are congruent, otherwise they are not congruent. Now let's see an example here. So here are the two line segments AB and CD. So what do you think? Are they congruent? Now how to check? So let's do one thing. Let's take trace copy of CD and let's try to place it over AB. If it completely covers the AB, then it means these two line segments are congruent. So, and we write it like this: AB, line segment AB is congruent to line segment CD. So here we have seen two line segments AB and CD are congruent. Now let's take one more example, and we are having two line segments PQ and RS. Now what do you think about these two line segments? Are they congruent? What we have to do for that? We can just simply take a trace copy of line segment RS and we'll try to place it over line segment PQ. Will it cover the PQ completely and exactly? No, because we can see here the line segment RS is smaller than PQ. So it means these two line segments are not congruent. And why they are not congruent? Because we can say length of PQ is not equal to length of RS. And here what we can observe that AB or length of AB is equal to length of CD. So from here we can say that two line segments are congruent if they are having same length, and if they are congruent they will always have same length. So here is the statement for this: if two line segments have same length, that is if they are having equal length, they are congruent. Also, if two line segments are congruent, then they have the same length. So it is if and only if kind of condition. It is true in both the ways, that if line segments are equal, then they are congruent, and if they are congruent, they are equal also. Now let's discuss congruence of angles. When do we call two angles congruent? What are the conditions they should satisfy? For that, let's take one example here. So here four angles are shown. The first angle is angle ABC, which is of 40 degrees, and then angle PQR, it is also of 40 degrees, and angle LMN, it is 30 degrees, and the fourth angle here is XYZ, it is also 40 degrees. Now how to check whether any two of them are congruent or not? So let's check it for first angle and the second angle, that is this angle and this angle. Now how to check whether they are congruent or not? Can we take a trace copy of first angle and try to put it over the second one, or we can take the trace copy of the second angle and we'll try to place it over the first angle, which is angle ABC. Okay, so let's do that. Let's take trace copy of PQR. Now we have to place it over angle ABC. So what we are going to do, we are going to place vertex Q over vertex B. And then what we have to do, we have to place this ray QP, we have to place ray QP over the ray BA. And then what we have to check, whether the direction of ray BC is same as the direction of ray QR or not. If it is so, then it means these two triangles are congruent, and it will be true in this case because both the angles are 40 degrees only. So when you will place this angle, the second angle, which is PQR, over the angle ABC, vertex B will be over vertex Q, or vertex Q will be over vertex B. Ray QP will be over ray BA and ray QR will be having same direction as ray BC. So notice one thing here, lengths of these rays are not important here. The only thing which is important is their direction, because we are checking whether these two angles are congruent or not. So in this case, for the case of first and second angle, you will get that direction of ray QR is same as direction of ray BC, like this. So it means these two angles are congruent. So what we can do, we can write like this now, that angle ABC is congruent to angle PQR. And we can notice one more thing here, that is measure of angle ABC is equal to measure of angle PQR. These two angles are having same measure and they are congruent also. Now can we check for angle 3 or this 30-degree angles and this second angle which is angle PQR? Can we check them? Yes, we can do that. So again we have to do the same thing, but we are going to do, now we will take a trace copy of third angle which is angle LMN, and we'll try to place it over the second angle which is angle PQR. So what we have to do for that, we have to place vertex M over the vertex Q, and we will place ray ML over the ray QP. So this ray ML is placed over ray QP. Now what we have to do, we have to check whether the direction of MN and QR is same or not. What do you think in this case? Are they going to same? No, it will not be same here in this case. As we can see, the measure is not same. So this ray is not going to have same direction as the ray QR. So it means MN and QR are not going to have same direction. So we can say that these two angles are not congruent. We can write it here, not congruent. And we can notice one more thing here, the measures are also not same here. So what we can say, if the angles are not congruent, their measure will also not be same. If the angles are congruent, then their measure will be equal. Now what do you think about fourth angle and the second angle? Are they congruent? So what we have to do here, again we are going to place this vertex Y over vertex Q, and we are going to place the ray YX over the ray QP, and then we will check whether the ray QR and YZ are having same direction or not. So these rays are going to have same direction only. So it means we can say these two angles are also congruent. So what we have got here, we got that angle ABC is congruent to angle PQR, and it is congruent to XYZ. Now angle XYZ is congruent to angle PQR. We have noticed one thing here, that the length of this ray YZ is much greater than QR, but lengths are not important here. The only thing which is important is direction of these rays, because we are checking this for congruency of angles. So now these three angles are congruent. And we can observe one more thing, that measure of angle ABC is equal to measure of angle PQR, and this is equal to measure of angle XYZ. So it means, as in the case of line segments, congruency was totally dependent upon lengths of the line segments. Here also congruency of angles is totally dependent upon measure of the angles. If the measures are equal, it means angles are congruent, otherwise they are not congruent. And if two angles are congruent, they are going to have same measure. Suppose it is given that angle ABC is congruent to angle STU. Then what we can say about their measures? Their measures are going to be equal. That is, we are going to get measure of angle ABC is equal to measure of angle STU.